Hey Virgo, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for November 12th, 2025. This is for Virgo. Last shuffle coming out for Virgo. Well. Virgo, you have a gift. They want you to know you have a gift. You're being honored for this gift. It's like you have a higher understanding of things. Okay? A year from now, you're going to be recognized for what you do. And so it's important, although that seems like a long time away, it's important that you are making I would learn from any mistakes you're making right now and start analyzing yourself and then start acting on it, like applying the wisdom. Yeah, they want you to, in order to save something, save money, save energy, save time, you'll want to try to change your perspective, be honest with yourself, right? Stand up for who you are. Trust in this new path that you have before you. I feel like you have something going on here. There's a new path in front of you. The new path has a lot to do with, like I said, your wisdom. You're very wise. Okay. I see, like, the way that I'm seeing this wisdom is that you're raising your focus to your higher power and your purpose. Um, I feel that you're going to find yourself in a high position of authority and influence with this emperor. Okay, I see a lot of activity. Look, the 10 of Wands is about a lot of activity. Four of Pentacles, Hanged Man, 2 of Swords, 10 of Wands. It's sort of out of your control. It's important that you change your perspective. Okay, and by changing your perspective, this is about saying, look, I'm looking at myself, I'm analyzing my situation, this is what I can change, this is what I need to do, this is what I stand firm on, and then act on it. Okay, because I'm getting elephants, and that's all about elephants have, that's the thing, memory of an elephant, correct? So it's important that you are looking at your situation, discipline yourself, right? Bring together the meditation, the creativity, the rest, even the actions. Bring it all together. Pay attention. When it's time to rest, rest. When it's time to act, act, right? Take full advantage of this time, right? It feels like right now you're in a space where you have the fire of creativity, the water of receptivity, and you're making a contribution to this world. Whoever I'm speaking to in this energy is doing big things, very big things. Some of you have a romantic interest going on here. They're showing a new person. Now, this could be a new person, or that your current relationship is like given a breath of fresh air, like all of a sudden this gust of air, and now things are different. But for many of you, I'm seeing more so of a single energy, like I separated from something or someone just to save myself, save maybe, and the emperor energy could be children involved. But what I see here is that someone has their mind on you. They're far away from you, and all they can think of is like, I've never lost respect for you, I've never lost love for you. So I don't know if that, yeah, I'm getting that off of this, right? Someone, they may be at a distance. Maybe we don't live together. Maybe we separated. Maybe it's over. Maybe I'm way over here. Maybe I'm across this, across the waters or across state lines or some territorial lines. Whatever this is, they're trying to express that that spiritually they're still connected to you, and they still have respect, they still love you and such. But I feel that for many of you, it's like you're getting a breath of fresh air in your life. And so next year your life is going to be completely different. I feel that you're going to be in a position of power, especially if you're concerned about your career or your professional focus or maybe your life's purpose. Next year it's going to be like everyone's going to notice that you have a gift. Everyone is going to be applauding you and uh, hailing you as someone who has a gift. Okay, it's out of your hands at this point. It seems like that's how it's going to be. But you can determine you can determine the trajectory, maybe how the frequency, how fast it happens. By I would start by doing a positive affirmation, like my world is a reflection of my thinking. The way that you're meant to be thinking right now is more so of analyzing where you are, analyzing who you are, and learning from any decisions, any mistakes, anything you think you look back and you go, well, that was my bad. Well, what can you do to rectify this? I'm seeing angel number 222 in this also. And it speaks of alignment. How do you move forward towards your life's true calling? A lot of you are being called inside person, like you may be feeling like, I don't know why, but now I'm thinking so much differently than I did before. You're being called up. You're being raised up. You've got to do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what is going to push things along. It's what's going to keep you going. You've got to follow your interests if it's piqued by something. I feel like your higher self is calling you um, towards that. You need to follow that. If you're looking to figure out, if you're looking for, hey, my calling, what the heck is it? I'm interested in this. I'm good at this. I feel that whatever you're interested in, you have a gift in it. That there's a reason why you're interested in something. If you already know what your purpose is, it's important that you learn from the past, right? What worked and what did not work, and take note, analyze why it worked and why it didn't. They want you to analyze it deeply. They want you to be brave and passionate, but honest. Okay, because I'm seeing Year of the Tiger in this as well. And next year is Year of the Horse, so it's not necessarily Year of the Tiger, but Year of the Horse is highly compatible with Tiger energy. So um, there's something about this year. Well, this year is Snake Year, right? And this is a year that's not necessarily the most compatible with what this is showing. So next year, by this time, you're going to be exactly where you want to be, right? And this year, it looks like you may come off as maybe an argumentative person, maybe aggressive, maybe a bit rebellious. But I don't see that in you. If you have come off that way, or maybe that's been called to your attention, this is the time for you to say, well, look, I feel like for many of you, you had to stand up for yourself, and it comes off like you're that way, and you're really not. In truth, you are brave as crap. You are not to be disrespected. You are passionate about what you do. Passionate sometimes sounds aggressive, and it's not. It's just like, I really freaking love what I'm saying. I'm telling you how I feel. And then, being honest, right? And it feels like your honesty can be quite brutal. I feel like somebody is like burned by your honesty, which is okay. That's not your problem. You know what I mean? If you're being honest, you can't handle the truth, and don't ask. Okay, so increase is the Two of Pentacles and Two of Cups, and the increase with this cycle, this is a cycle of things moving quickly, or moving or coming in an abundance. And a lot of this looks like being paid back for the things that you've been doing, but it also looks like having a lot of different fingers and a lot of different pies, right? You've got a lot of things going. You're an octopus at this point. I feel that a lot of things are going to start aligning, though. Maybe at one point you start feeling like you're exhausted, like it's too much, you're handling a lot on your own, and then out of nowhere things come together in alignment. Okay, that's what's increasing quickly. This may start happening today, where all of a sudden everything starts falling together. And it's mostly due to the fact that some you may be trusting, open to trusting that things are going to work out, because I've learned my lessons from the past. I understand what worked and what didn't, and now I'm applying the methods that I know will work, because I've analyzed this and I figured it out. You're the perfect person to do this. You know what I mean? Like, you're the perfect person to do whatever it is. You are a gift. You know that, and you have a gift. And I feel that if you're not being recognized now, you are. They're saying that you are in wait. A consciousness of lack is telling me you're out of patience. Page of Wands and the Ten of Cups. But I also see that even though you're out of patience here, I feel that a lot of you are maybe missing some kind of joy or happiness in your life at this point. Don't be dismayed. This is not your story for life. You're by next year, and we only have a month, maybe a little over a month left of this year before it changes over. But I would say closer to like February, all of a sudden things are just going to be like, what? Everything's in line, everything's in place. Especially if you were born in Year of the Tiger, great energy for you. And that would be 1926, 38, 50, 62, 74, 86, 98, 2010. These could be years that things kicked off or changed for you in 2022, right? Something may have been introduced. Maybe you started doing something that was more related to or aligned to your life's purpose. Boom, here we are. Now you are in a space where life is sweet. Life will be sweet for you next year. But right now, it starts now. Right now, how it starts is by taking some kind of like accountability for where you are. How did I get here? What happened? What worked? What didn't? And then, okay, I noticed that does not work, so I'm going to change what I'm doing. It's important that you start kicking that off now. I'm seeing peaches. Peaches usually, everyone says life is a peach, right? But they're always speaking, usually when I see that, of taking in a deep breath, like take your life in fully. Don't just be like, oh, I'm only going to breathe that air. I'm not going to focus on this, which would be to symbolize in some way that we're being really honest about our position, what makes us happy, where we're going, and start taking actions towards that now. You are very clear. Take advantage of this energy, okay? You could be dealing with a Pisces and Aries, or I'm even seeing Leo and Sagittarius. So you could be a Leo, Virgo cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.